I really know that all of us want to be connected and open-hearted and seen and loved and appreciated for who we are. And that's a journey that we're all on in terms of loving and appreciating ourselves too. In the yoga meditation traditions, there's a practice called Appreciative Joy. So this is being joyful for others. And this can be quite a hard practice, partly because we live in a culture that teaches us that it's not okay to be jealous, that there's something wrong if we're jealous. So that's part of it, is that we tend to shame ourselves for being jealous of somebody else. But then we also live in this culture that completely celebrates people who win. When we hear of somebody having good fortune, part of our heart is happy for them. And part of our heart is jealous, or, gee, I wish I could have that. Why do they get to have that? And then sometimes we get into a harder place where we really don't want other people to enjoy what we don't have. And a lot of that depends on what's our relationship with the person. I think we're all more open-hearted and appreciative of someone's good fortune when we like them and then there's something inspiring about them. And then if we think about someone who's done harm in the world, especially, it doesn't feel fair if they have good fortune. There's so much complexity here. So some of it's personal. We might think, well, why does that person always get the good job when actually they don't work as hard as I do? Why does that person get to have so many friends when I feel so isolated? We have all of these complex emotions going on. And quite often they can limit our ability to be open-hearted and kind. So we just want to acknowledge our courage, and that sometimes this is the right time, sometimes it's not, depending on what's going on in our life quite often. So however you want to work with the practice, bring your attention into your whole entire body, head to toes. And notice the response in your body to the words that I've just been speaking about appreciative joy, that sense that we're happy for someone's good fortune, and the very normal response of not always being happy for their good fortune. So we're not shaming ourselves or giving ourselves a hard time that we're not 100% happy for people who have good fortune. It's natural not to. And there's also recognition that freedom comes when we're not holding on. So the more open we can be, the more appreciative we can be for other people, the less jealousy we can have. Those are good things. Those will help us to be freer. So working with ourselves with immense kindness and patience. Just to be patient and kind as we sit with this. Notice your body, notice your breath. See if you could take some deep breaths in, long breaths out. And notice if there's anywhere in your body that you could soften, forehead and eyebrows. Let go of a sense of worry or anxiety through your face, your forehead and eyebrows, mouth and jaw, neck and shoulders, down through your upper back, into your chest and your belly. We're just attuning to our physical body, as well as the energy and sensations that are present in our body. Notice how your body moves with your breath. Notice the rhythm of your breath. Let your breath become easy. And then as you're attuning to your body, notice your energy. If there's some kind of resistance to this or thoughts, those are all going to reflect back into our body and our breath. So what are some of the thoughts that are coming up right now? And it would be very normal for there to be resistance. Yeah, okay, I know I'm going to be freer if I feel joy, but they don't deserve that. I deserve it, or somebody else, but not them. So we can have all kinds of chatter going on in our mind. So for a few minutes, let's just watch. What's coming through your mind? Is it a certain person? Are you angry? So stay connected with your body and your breath. Watch that thoughts come in as words, pictures, memories. In my heart, this is what I feel. In my thought stream, this is what's going on. I'm just watching. Notice if I get too engaged with a thought stream and then pull back a bit to observe. What are some of the thoughts that are coming up about appreciative joy for someone's good fortune? You can always do some tapping on your forehead. Just bring your attention back into the sound and sensation of the tapping and come back into the present moment if things are getting kind of intense. And maybe if it's too much to wish somebody appreciative joy or good fortune, see if you could feel that if somebody else was experiencing that. So maybe this is your rival at work and they've got that promotion or they're doing really well. And it's hard to feel that appreciative joy for them. But what if it was your friend who got that promotion? Would that be different? Somebody who you feel deserves it more. And notice how the thoughts might change, the energy in the body, the feelings in the body might change. And notice if you're putting any pressure on yourself to be evolved and spiritual and, well, yeah, I should feel more joy than I do. This isn't about that. Inquiry, we're really just looking to see what's here. And once we see what's here, then we can work with it. And it's completely legitimate to not be at the end of the practice while we're still doing the practice. This is a practice. We're looking to see what's here. And we're just checking our willingness to soften around it. Maybe a little bit, maybe a lot. For this person, I genuinely feel happy when they have good fortune. Bring that in. What does the person look like? Or maybe remember some good news that they've had. Feel that in your body. Let your body soften, your breath be soft. Notice if any beliefs are coming up about you. Well, I should be this, or I should be able to be happier for them. I must be a selfish person, or whatever might be here. Notice if there's anything like that. And if there is, see if you could let that soften. We're not pushing it away, but just to acknowledge that we all have feelings that aren't 100% pure and light. We all feel jealousy at times. We all feel a resistance, or I don't want to feel appreciative joy for them. They don't deserve it. We all have these feelings. See if you can offer yourself kindness and compassion, especially if you're feeling kind of hard hearted. Let go of the inquiry, let go of the words of the beliefs. Let your body soften. And either bring to mind an experience where you really felt such joy for someone who had good fortune, or just let yourself go into a stillness. Notice the heart center, the light, Often we'll use that warm golden glow of light that radiates from the heart center through the whole of your body. And let's take a few moments to rest with that. Focus entirely on that. Let your body soften, let your mind and your heart soften. We don't offer ourselves love and compassion because we're perfect. We just offer, we just connect. And as we connect and we feel into the warmth and the love that we're practicing and opening and cultivating for ourselves, we could just take a moment to appreciate that. We don't have to be perfect to deserve our own kindness and compassion. We could offer that right now. And appreciative joy is a practice that's kind of complicated. It's not an affirmation when we are saying, I'm cultivating appreciative joy. We're not doing it as an affirmation. In this instance, we're doing it as an inquiry. What is in the way of really genuinely feeling that? And then we can cultivate the feeling. We can notice what's in the way and we could work with that. We could practice not shaming ourselves. We could allow ourselves to be just as we are and allow ourselves to feel compassion and love and connection within. Just right now, we don't need to change or to improve ourselves somehow to be worthy of that. Let yourself accept and kind of bask in that. And when we see that we have work to do, that we have things that we need to work with letting go of, that's fine. It doesn't mean anything about I'm a good person, I'm a bad person, anything like that. It's just something to work with. And then come back into that open heart again for a moment. Let yourself feel that. Feel that willingness to look and be clear, to see the truth. What is it that's holding me back? And if this is something that feels like it's an area that there's a bit of stickiness, then maybe that's something that we could work with. We cultivate a kind, open heart.